Time for d4. Sunk, Satrunk Pro. Okay, we got a Queen's Gambit. Slav defense. Okay, looks like a normal opening so far. Just defend this pawn, play a slow Slav. He's playing the semi-Slav or triangle setup here. And I'm allowing the Moran variation if he wants to play it. Yeah, he takes and then plays b5. So this is a standard line here. It's a bit funny to be pushing all these pawns before you castle, but that's the way they play it. Since he defended this pawn, instead of pushing it, the b pawn, that's another line, is to push the b pawn here. Let's just stop that. And then, yeah, he takes, and then we'll get castled. See how he takes back with the bishop or the knight. The knight is interesting, yeah, because it hits this pawn. But taking with the bishop is also an idea. Actually, yeah, this is bad, right? Because he wins a pawn here. Did something wrong. We can look at this after the game and see what it is. Let's castle. Because I gave up my center pawn without any compensation there. So maybe it was this a3 move. That might have been it. Might have been just too slow. Yeah, let's block that. So he's intent on trading his way to victory. I don't know if that will work. He gave me this pawn here, which is isolated, but it might become a passed pawn at some point. So we will defend it, get our rooks out. Playing very quickly, too. Yeah, so I wanted to push my A pawn, weaken his pawn duo here. Put it on dark square. So his bishop can't easily harass it. Okay, let's see what he does here. If he takes my bishop, he'll be strengthening my advanced pawn here in the center. So he doesn't. Goes there. So now let's activate my bishop here. He's got a fork there. Let's bring the rook over here. Play bishop here. Takes, I take, and then maybe round up that pawn. So he prevents that. Now we can pin the knight. Let's see, he goes here. He goes here. I can just take it, and also his rook is hanging. Yeah, I need to step out of the way. I want to move this pawn forward, I think. So I could take here and give him a check, but what is the value of that? Okay, where can the rook come in here? I can put a bishop here, I guess, and force a trade. And I can grab this pawn. The bishop is pinned, too. I can take here and then check. Take the rook. And he resigned. Okay, we got a win there. That's nice. Let's see if we can get another game. Maverick Boar. Let's see what kind of queen's pawn game we get. This looks like a maybe a color system. I'm going to play a Queen's Indian type setup. Yeah, so he's gone for the color system here. I'm going to get castled. Put a rook on the c-file, play c5. I'm going to take my time getting castled, I guess. There's no big hurry in this setup. That's interesting. Is he really thinking of doing something like that? Okay, so he pushed that pawn. I need to block it. It's very important to not let this diagonal open up too quickly, suddenly. Okay, so now it's closed pretty well indefinitely. Can play the knight here directly. Drops the bishop back, he'll just kick me. I think I need to keep that move in reserve and play it when it's going to do some good. Could put the pawn here, but then it would lock up. I think I will put the pawn here. Force an opening so we don't get a totally closed position. It seems like he's been striving for some kind of closed position. So this will force an opening. Okay, we got the half open c-file, or maybe fully open if he plays this way. Half open. If he takes with the c-pawn, then it's fully open. He took with the e-pawn. So I've got a square here. He's got it covered with 3 pieces. Knight up, the bishop drops back, and then he plays the pawn forward. So I think it just gives me Oh, if he's going to trade, that will solve my problems here. Knight here. Yeah, I would like to play pawn up, but I can't because I moved the rook out of the way. But I can bring the knight back here. Or I could leave the knight here and play this pawn up. Now that gives me f4 and e5, yeah. He didn't respond to that threat. f5 and e4 rather. He was moving pretty fast. Sometimes you get into trouble when you move that quickly. Okay, so we got two pawns. It's a double attack, though, hitting his rook and hitting his queen. I think he's in trouble. Yeah, let's go ahead and take it. Okay, so he gets his queen on a good diagonal. Let's block with the knight. Okay, he can get his knight to a good square. Guess I need to worry about it coming here mostly. Start bringing my queen over. Now we will chase that knight away with the bishop. Where's a good square for the knight? He's going to threaten mate here if I'm not careful, so I can't block that. What I can do, yeah, I can come here hitting the queen and then back to here. Okay. I gave him maybe more than he deserved, but he's still not going to win this. Okay, I'm going to double my rooks here. Still going to double my rooks. Okay, so now we are going to get the queen in here somehow. I don't know, maybe it's time to sacrifice back some material. Bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes, queen takes, and I'd still be a rook up. Oh, it's pinned, huh? That was close. If you had one more piece, their pawn to attack it with. When I get if he checks on this diagonal, yeah, I can get the rook to that square. Okay, we pin here, he checks, I go there, and he takes me. That doesn't look so good, huh? Okay, I have to take back with the king here. Okay, let's take first. Just wanted to get this to a square where even if it's pinned, it's defended, so it's not a problem. Then my queen can start maneuvering. The check there is no good, huh? Yeah, that didn't work. Okay, let's get somebody new. A win to finish it off with. Otherwise, let's see, we'll try d4. He plays a gambit. Okay, so he gets a move of development here. Bishop takes. And I have to be careful that my queen stays protected. Otherwise, there's ideas of sacrificing here. Let's see, I think I can stop that. He can pin the knight. Yeah, it's on pin. I'm going to just get castled now. So at this point, he's just a pawn down. Let's kick this. Let's castle. Yeah, let's pin his knight. The one that's putting the most pressure on my position here is that knight. Okay, now I can push this forward with a fork, except it doesn't quite work yet. Let's put the rook here. Okay, now he's getting tricky. He's going to do a discovered attack with his bishop. So let's hit his queen, see what the queen does. Can't stay on this file here, so can't hop on this diagonal, which is what it wants to do. So it goes there. Yeah, so I want to free up this knight. Let's see, if I go here, he takes the bishop, I take the queen, he takes the queen, I take the rook. I go here, he takes the knight, I take the bishop. Sometimes you have to take dramatic measures to... yeah, maybe it's two pieces for a rook. Maybe you should take the bishop. He takes the bishop, I take the queen. He takes the queen, I take the rook. But then my knight is hanging, his bishop is hanging. Yeah, I think that just wins the exchange for me. So that means he should take the knight. I mean, on other moves, I just take the bishop. If he doesn't play bishop takes bishop, I play bishop takes bishop. So should be pretty good. And just for a moment, the knight defends this pawn. After the trade, the rook will defend that pawn. So I think I'm cool. I think I'm in good shape. He did not seem to get much out of that gambit that he played. I don't think it's supposed to be a particularly good gambit, but any gambit you can get into trouble with. Yeah, don't I just take the bishop then? Oh, he wanted to be able to take the knight with his queen. I see. I see. Okay, well, I'm going to step away from this potential pin here. I guess he could bring his knight in to try and chase my queen. My queen could go here, though. So yeah, he just wants to chase my bishop back. I think a solid idea. Okay, he went there. I have to keep the bishop defended. Let's get a rook here too. Have to remember the bishop is not defended by the pawn. That's what I meant by keeping it defended. That's not a defense with the pin on. But I could step aside with the king, or I could... maybe I should just play g3. Shut down this diagonal. My king maybe could go up here. Yeah, he wants to chase the knight away from this square. Okay. Yeah, so now I can't play g3. See, I go here. He plays knight takes knight. Then I can play g3. And because the queen is hanging, he'll have time to retake his piece. Or if he does that way, then the bishop is defended. So I can play g3 without worry. Okay, so what? Just drop back so I can play f4. He wants to win a pawn. Maybe I should defend it. Yep, now f4 is a big threat. Play f4, queen takes pawn. Pawn takes bishop. Surely that's winning. You like what's going on in here? Yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good. With the minor piece, yeah, it helps defend around the king. He always has this move here to distract my rook or queen, but I'm not seeing a problem. Well, the problem with the bishop as a defender is it only defends on the light square. So, if he could get his pawn here and his queen to this square somehow. But I just don't see it happening. Yeah, I think that was his best try. And then let's just trade off that rook. And see if we can get some pressure on his king. Yeah, he chases me to the light squares. So just offer the trade. Oh, he takes it. Interesting. And then ran out of time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was a simple win. Although, let's see, how would the computer complicate things? Yeah, rook d2. Try and mop up some pawns here. Yeah, it'll take me a minute to get organized. Ah, he gave up that pawn. Yeah, I guess I just stay 3 points up, so I'm just an extra piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. My pawns are so scattered. Yeah. Well, thanks for the comments, Dr. Jivango. So I think that's it for this stream. I did manage to finish on a win as I wanted. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be streaming this Sunday. Yeah, I do chess on Sundays and I do Go on Tuesdays about the same time. So remember to follow me if you want notifications. And let's take a minute to go back to Twitch and see who else is streaming. Maybe there's somebody we can raid.